Hello everyone, and this is the PBE, and there is a new test wave, new update to the champion Fiora, and it's a rework like the Gangplank rework. They've changed a lot of her. I mean, her ult is totally different. So, and they also did, of course, the retexturing of the of each of her skins. So let's start out with her passive. Fiora identifies vitals on nearby enemy champions. Fiora will reveal a new vital after striking the last one, or after 15 seconds. When Fiora strikes a vital, she deals 3 plus point. Oh, interesting. They're having. Oh, this is percentage. All right, so 3 plus 0.44% of the target's maximum health and true damage, receiving 20% increased movement speed that delays over 1.75 seconds and recovers 20 health. And of course, this will scale as she levels up. Her Q, lunge. Fiora lunges in a direction and slashes a nearby enemy, dealing 65 plus 9 physical damage and applying on-hit effects. This attack prioritizes vitals and targets in the kill range. And let's see. Okay, so looks like it's a skill shot. If this ability hits an enemy, 60% of the cooldown is refunded. So it's and I actually have some cooldown reduction. I have 8%. I thought I only had 5 point something. Anyway, with my runes. Anyway, but it really is 18 second cooldown. So, and it will scale down to 10 seconds. So 60% is refunded if you hit the enemy. Repose, her W. Fiora parries all incoming damage and disables for the next 0.75 seconds, and then slashes in the targeted direction. So again, it is a skill shot. The slash deals 90 plus AP magic damage to the first enemy champion and slows their movement and attack speed by 50% for 1.5 seconds. If Fiora parries an immobilization or disable, her repose stuns instead of slows. So she now has a stun. No, actually, she had a stun before. So it's a little slightly different. Anyway, blade work. Her E, Fiora gains 50% increased attack speed for the next 2 attacks. The first attacks cannot crit, but applies a 1 second, 25% slow, and the second attack is guaranteed to crit for 140%. Interesting. The damage. I wonder how that scales with her, like if I've got an Infinity Edge or not. And then her alt is now called Grand Challenge. Fiora reveals all 4 vitals on the target champion for a potential of 14% of maximum health as true damage. In addition, Fiora gains Duelist Dance movement speed, which is a 20% while near the target. If Fiora hits all 4 vitals in 8 seconds, or if the target dies after she hits at least one, Fiora and her allies in the area are healed for 80 plus 10 each second for 5 seconds. So she doesn't have her blade waltz anymore. It'll be quite interesting to see how this is. All right, I'm going to get to 6 so we can see all the abilities all at once. So I will pause it and we'll see you then. All right, so I'm 6 now. And the AP ratio on her repose is actually a 1.0 because I just got the amplified tome and it's giving me 20. The scaling on her E is pretty good. She's at crit for 170% with a 45% slow for 1 second. Excuse me. So this will be interesting. I'm not sure. So her W, let's get out of here. Her W is a ranged shot. So there's the heal. And I guess, I wonder if you have to stay in the range for that. So here, let's go in here. So let's see, for a level up on this, the damage ratio increases, the cooldown goes down, and the mana cost goes up. Damage increases, cooldown. So yeah, here's, this is the one where she gets the attack speed boost and the crit, the guaranteed crit. Let's up our lunge for right now. Oh, I got 2. Alright, so repros 2. So see how that was a it was a range shot. So here is her Q. Let's get to the E. So I don't know where the how these ranged shots work, or how these vitals work. See if I can get her to come back in. And no, she's teleported. Yeah, I don't know how the vitals work. There's those, circles. So is it the way she's facing? What is it? Alright, so here is her E. There's the crit. So she's going to be interesting as a duelist. Excuse me. I'm not quite sure how this is going to play out. Ah, I'm dead. She is not as... Yeah, she can't stick as well as she normally could. Be right back. So I picked up some crit to see how it affects her blade work, and I'm not seeing a change. So I don't think the blade work portion... Oh, okay, so I gotta come in on that side of her, I guess? Yeah, I'm not sure how that all works. So there's her auto attack. It's interesting. I wouldn't say that she could go AP, but they do have this AP, her repose is AP based. Which is interesting. I'm not sure. I mean, maybe they do that just to try to tone down. Yeah, your regular crit chance, I have 10%, did not affect at all the crit. Oh, it's guaranteed crit. It's crit maximum. Okay. But I wonder if they're just, making it AP based so that, it tones down, your scaling. Let's TP in here. Oh, there's all the spots. If I come in from this side, there we go. Ah, come on. Dang it. So, okay, that lets me leap ahead. Can I get her with the slow? Ah, just missed her. And she's gonna have gone back. So I guess it's those sides of her, so you gotta hit from that side to be able to get the bonus damage or whatever. Her vitals deals. So currently I'm dealing 5.51% of her maximum, and then receive 40% movement speed. Seeing it wasn't, even though I don't have boots, that wasn't enough to catch up to her. See, there's the vitals. Okay. What? She's backing? Alright, let's take this tower and then I'm gonna see if I can get her again. The lunge. Target prioritizes vitals. Slows their movement. Critical strike damage. Oh, does it up her critical strike damage? No, that's the so now I'm like a regular critical strike damage with my E. Alright, let's get this down. Now let's see if it works on... Oh. Well, I was going to see if it worked on towers. Oh, she's pushing. Alright. That's fine. I'll go buy my Trinity Force. And that, and let's go kill her. Yeah, you're gonna, as Fiona, you're gonna have to, or Fiora, you're gonna have to really. It's a gameplay change for sure. Ah, there we go. And I bet you have to stay in that zone to be healed. In an area, in the area are healed. Yep, so you have to stay in the zone to be healed. So her chase now is her W. Versus her alt, which is what it used to do. So the Q does reset the auto attack. I'll show you that here in the next wave. Ah. Ah! I was going to try to get that next hit off for the crit. Probably would have killed her too. But yeah, activating the Q does reset auto attack. The damage on the repose is really bad. I mean, it's strictly for the ranged attack because it has a pretty far range, and the slow. Let's see, I can actually undo. I have my ult again. So you have to rotate around them to get those vitals. It's from the side that you hit them on. It's kind of interesting. I see that didn't do a lot of damage. It's strictly for the slow. And I don't know if it triggers vitals with it or not. Does it say? No, it's not highlighted. Like this one targets vitals. Let's see the dash distance on this thing. It's pretty good. Ah. So getting to the backside of her there, was able to hit the two vitals. Because otherwise I wouldn't have gotten the... So that did 7.5% of her maximum. So the next, okay, so this would make it so that I get the next half a second. Or 0.75 seconds, I don't take any damage. See, I'm not sure I quite understand that. Well, I mean, I do, but... Let's see, come on. Yeah, so the your W is your chase. You use that in towards the end of the fight to catch up. You know, because it's got the range, it slows them, then you can lunge in, because if you hit them, that's going to be, I'm at 11.1, you'll be 60% refunded, so it'll be 40% that, so it'll be like 4.9 seconds. Does it say if it hits... if the ability hits an enemy. So let's see. We'll see if a monster is considered an enemy. Yeah, see, so it's less than 4. And now I'm at my max. And what's my cooldown reduction? Is still, it's only 8%. So you'll be able to chase with your Q, and then W's if they really get out of range. That slows them. So the crit portion of blade work does work on towers. Let's go against Dragon, and I don't know if I can use my ult on him or not. No, it won't even let me activate it because it has to be a target, a champion target. So the ult is not usable on monsters. And that went pretty well. So yeah, so that is the Fiora Rework. Totally changing up her playstyle, removing the OP-ness of her alt. The mana costs, so far, and I don't have any mana regeneration, I haven't felt like I needed to get mana pots, so that's worked out pretty well. Let's see if I can... One more fight with Caitlyn. Where did she go? There she is. She still was able to get pretty far away from me, but Caitlyn does have that escape. But other champions that have really good mobility, it is going to be harder to keep up with them. But so there is the Fiora Rework. If you like, give it a thumbs up. Please subscribe. I'll be updating more from the PBE in the next couple of days.